the places here.
$40,000 members of the NYPD, 40,000 uniformed members of the police.
New York City.
Yes, sir. Well, you see, it used to be 32, but then they merged the city police with the housing police. The housing police basically worked the city projects in the poor areas of the city, and they also merged the transit police that worked the subways and buses. So with the combined force now, it's 40,000. It's the largest police department in this country. I think the only police departments in the world that are larger for a municipality or a city would be maybe Mexico City and Tokyo. I think they have larger departments. But the NYPD is the largest one in this country. They use these small vans, and they have larger buses or trucks that they can transport up to 9 horses. Something, you know, it's aircraft, space. It's an interesting thing. This is a restaurant. It's not cheap, but it's not unbelievably expensive. But a lot of the rich and famous people in New York go here to have meals and dinner and things of that nature.
And this is not only because it was Christmas, it's the whole year?
Well, they always have lights on it. This was really in Dutch Manhattan, Stuyvesant Town, and Amsterdam. A lot of places in Brooklyn and Manhattan have Dutch names. There isn't really a large Dutch community in the city. They're still working on the outer perimeter. They have sculptors and tradespeople from Europe that are still building the statues and the outside facade. Most people don't want to die. These people have no fear of death. So that's real. That's terrifying.
It didn't go through to the head.
For the average person to comprehend, but how do you, and to defeat them, or to even defend yourself? Oh yeah, I tell you, when I think about my time on the police department, I was very, very fortunate to be in emergency service. It took me 6.5 years to get into the unit. I had to work in a precinct and another unit first, but I eventually got to ESU. There's one thing that's true about the city. A they say this is the city that never sleeps, and there's
That is real.
it is kind of true in a way. There's people working 24 hours a day, but I think that's true of a lot of places in the world. But there's always something going on. Something good, something bad. They park over here, the players, and so when people want autographs, they all hang out here. These guys look like they were members of the Iranian wrestling team. They were huge. And we had to go in civilian clothes because they didn't want anybody to be in uniform in the area to tip off which set of suites he was in. And he didn't like her. She gave him a pumpkin pie. They threw out the pumpkin pie. And I remember saying this. I said, geez, we're New York City cops. We'd eat the pie if nobody else would eat it. You know, please, next time, don't throw it away. Just give it to us. We'll take it. I'm sure this is one thing that's different about New York than I know it is than Germany. We don't drive as fast as they do on the Autobahn, right?
Yeah.
There's plenty of police. Very tightened security. And it's Carl Schultz Park. It sits in Carl Schultz Park. But again, Mayor Bloomberg doesn't live there. We're still in Long Island City. We're going to get on the Long Island Expressway. They also had a very bad bombing 25 years ago by a terrorist group from Croatia. Just important. We're going to be going over this bridge. This is the Verrazano Bridge, and you could say you were over the longest suspension bridge in the U.S. We're leaving Brooklyn, and this is Staten Island. Staten Island is not that industrial, although there is some shipping facilities, mostly residential. This is a very slang and unfavorable term about Italians, but there's so many Italians that live in Staten Island. There's a discourteous way of, they used to call this bridge the Guinea Gangplank. It's Americans